So it's been a long time since I've worked on the Stirling engine project, and the reason being that sometimes I just need a lot of good thinking time to really get a good idea of what I should do. And with this, I'm just not sure that this would make a very good Stirling engine. Now that I'm building an air compressor system, I could actually use this for an air compressor. So going forward, we'll treat this as almost two different projects where it could, depending on how it works, fork into either or. First of all, we're going to try to do the Stirling engine, but I don't have very high hopes for this. It might be better for me just to use my new machining equipment, like my lathe and such, to develop my own Stirling engine. I keep thinking I'm saying steam engine. I might be saying steam engine. I mean Stirling engine whenever I'm saying, if I'm actually saying steam engine. But I think one option for this would be to clean this up, get it all sealed up, because I finally found the piece needed to seal off the system. So we have all the parts to run it off of a motor, and we can see if maybe one of these sides will get hot and the other one get cold, and how much that will do. I found I had this. I didn't realize I had a gasket scraper, so I sharpened it on a whetstone, and it seems to work really well. Much better than a screwdriver. Now, if I was worried about getting a good seal on this, I might not go with a gasket, or at least I might go with a thin one. But I'll try to take out these cylinders and hone them on some very fine grit sandpaper on a piece of thick glass. I just got that side done, which wasn't very much work at all. And earlier, I sprayed out that with just a bunch of crud came out. So hopefully it's a little cleaner in there. We can seal it back up and put some more oil in. I'll just turn off the dehumidifier momentarily, but that'll be on most of the video because it's quite humid in here and I don't want any of my tools rusting. Shortly after the last video, or actually I might have done it in the last video, I'm not sure. Having a hard time remembering what I did in the last video. But I mounted it to this piece of wood, and it seems to work really well for that. I'm hoping we can put the motor here, and maybe this can work as a Stirling cycle refrigerator. My line of thinking goes that if I run this with a motor and we see an extremely huge change in temperature, then it might be able to run off of just a change of temperature. However, if we run it with a motor and we only see a few degrees difference, it probably is not efficient enough as a Stirling engine to run off of just a heat difference. You know, because like going one way, it should be able to go the other way. That's good. Now this isn't going to turn right until we get the end back on. Much better. Now I need to get some oil in there, but I'm still not certain that this is low enough. Still not certain that this is low enough resistance to be a good Stirling engine. But it'll probably be a good air compressor. That'd be sure. That's for sure. We won't know though until we get these cleaned off. If I plan to use this as an air compressor, this will definitely need to be fixed. All that gunk, but I imagine it won't be any different than that other compressor that I fixed. Oh, that's good. See, the other one had so much corrosion that I had to sand that. Oh, yeah, like that. Well, at least that's over there and not here. Look at all this rust that's inside the cylinders. Nasty. That's why I think this, taking these and putting them on some very fine sandpaper and just lapping them, I guess is the term, would do so much good. Especially on that side that's really, really not, yeah. Thankfully that's the outside, so it's not too important, but still kind of important. I have some gasket material for water pumps. I'm wondering if I might need a different type though. Oh, this one might be salvageable. Or at the very least, it can be a good template for the next ones. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm probably not going to salvage those, but it'll be a good template that I cut the next ones out of, because I just have like a roll of them. I might be able to get away with just scraping off the oxide for now, but I know it is aluminium oxide, which is extremely difficult, like extremely tough, I mean. So I'm probably eating away the sharpening job I did. Oh, that one might be salvageable too. Let's see. They are the same shape too, so that's good. I know I said I had gasket material, but I don't feel like wasting it on it just now, because let's be honest, this doesn't seem like it's going to be working too well, so a bit of cardboard will be fine. Oh, that's some thick stuff. Oh, look at that. So this is how it's supposed to be. If we were to adjust it to be like that, then we don't have to worry about the air coming back out through there, so it shuts off that valve and it opens up connection to that, which we want. So I don't have to really mess with the reed valves at all. You just rotate that and there you go. And I just realized I don't actually need to cut that hole out because I'm not going to be using that valve hole. So that makes it easier. Now as for oil, I'm just going to use a random can of oil that I've had sitting around for ages. And I'm just going to sit it in here. Because, I mean, it's 10W60. It's free oil, so... This thing will be happy to get oil no matter what, I think, because let's be honest, it was sitting in a scrapyard for years probably. It was probably ran for decades before that without any oil, so yeah. Felt like it wasn't pumping. I'm used to the thicker oil in these things, like for my lathe and whatnot, so. Can the oil level up? I'll call it there. I hate leaky oilers. I hate them. Why do you leak? Makes no sense. Oh, it's working its way in. You know what? This thing has too many darn gaskets, so I'm just gonna cheat. I see grease popping out the side, so that's good. Okay, that one doesn't work. That one works. So this one, my faulty gasket design, is the fault. Let's try that again. Very good. So now we just connect this. Oh, there. That sound that you're hearing is actually the crankcase breathing, not this part. So that looks like it's pretty good. Yeah. I think this old belt will do just fine. Got myself some power. We got it wired up for the most part. Let's see if it'll turn over correctly. Sounds kind of good. vibrating the entire workshop. Everything's rattling in here from that thing. That's warm. That's less warm. And that's very warm. So that is not a very good result in my opinion. And that's just cold. Not as even efficient as a Peltier cooler. But it feels like this is moving really well though, so. Doesn't seem like it's leaking in this section. Let it run a little longer. That's very hot. And that's barely warm. So that's definitely acting as a Stirling cycle. Now I'm wondering if upping the pressure would increase the efficiency. Like for instance, if I were to replace that fitting with an air hookup so we could charge the system. I don't think I have any fittings that would fit that though. So, it would require ordering a piece. I would like you guys' opinion of this. What do you think I should do? Should we call it there, or what should we do? I'm a bit disappointed because I was hoping I'd be able to have like ice forming on one side, but oh well. Unfortunately, I think that's running on the starting winding, so that's taking a lot of load. It's not heating up, so that's good. So there's the... I've turned it around now. Forgive me, the focusing is a bit difficult. See for comparison for that and then that, because this automatically adjusts temperature. So it's obvious that this got very hot, and then this one did actually have some heat taken away from it. And one reason I left all that grime on there was so we can see it. If I polish this to bare metal, then it would have had like this little ring here where it's like a mirror, and we wouldn't have been able to see it. Kind of like this piece right here. It's like chromed in infrared. But the part where the paint is, it's not. That might be why they painted it, so it can actually disperse the heat. I'm not sure though. That's kind of cool. Now let's take a look inside this to see what's inside this motor. That's pretty much it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you very much for watching. See ya.